Hey everyone, I'm the Canadian Lad, and today I watched It Chapter 1 at 0.25x speed and found 20 hidden details that you may or may not have seen before. With Welcome to Derry now out on HBO, I figured this would be the perfect time to finally sit down and experience a proper horror movie in slow motion. Watching horror films at 0.25x speed is kind of a double-edged sword. Sometimes the jump scares lose their punch because I can see them coming miles away, but then other times even the normal scenes start feeling creepy, just because I'm staring at every tiny detail for way too long. But trust me, by the end of this video, you're gonna appreciate this movie on a whole new level. Now this holiday season, I'm getting all my stocking stuffers and maybe a little something for myself from Temu. With today being Black Friday, Temu's doing something wild. Besides the massive discounts across the app, new Temu users can get the $0 gifts, meaning you're literally getting something for $0, totally free. And here's how. Just download the Temu app, open it, and in the search bar, type DXN5995. That's the key to unlock your free gift selection. Once you enter the code, you'll see a page full of popular free gifts to choose from. It honestly feels like Temu knows me so well. Here's the free gift selection page. I love all the little gadgets and tech-adjacent items, and the prices are unbeatable. I can see right away that I'd be interested in trying this mobile phone gaming controller to enhance my mobile gaming experiences, and the reviews seem pretty good. Or maybe one of these fun keyboards. Or look at this portable monitor. This actually looks really cool. I can see this being a game changer for playing games on, or watching a show from your phone on the go. A new phone case sounds tempting too. If you're looking for stocking stuffers, Temu has tons, like AirPod cases or this clever electronics cleaning tool you never realize you need until you do. And one thing I'm definitely grabbing for myself is this scratch-off movie poster with 100 bucket list films. So if you've never shopped on Temu before, now is the perfect time. Get those Black Friday deals, grab your free gifts, and see why everyone's obsessed with shopping on Temu. Just remember to download the Temu app and enter my code DXN5995 to claim your gifts. Big thanks to Temu for sponsoring today's video. Happy shopping and happy holidays. Number 1. When we see Pennywise meet Georgie for the first time in the film, notice his eyes very closely. They actually shift from this creepy yellow to a softer blue. Now Georgie's big brother Bill has blue eyes, so Pennywise is literally tweaking his appearance to feel more familiar and safe to Georgie. He's basically thinking, if I look a bit more like Bill, this kid will trust me. Number 2. In the same scene, notice Pennywise has one eye staring at Georgie, while the other eye is staring directly at us, the audience, which is super creepy, man. And what's interesting is there's no CGI trick here. Bill Skarsgård, the actor who plays Pennywise, can actually move his eyes in two different directions in real life. Number 3. In both Chapter 1 and 2, Pennywise doesn't have any upper eye makeup when he's being manipulative and friendly to the children. In other words, whenever he's acting all friendly and trying to lure kids in, he doesn't have any upper eye makeup. His face looks a bit softer, less aggressive. But the moment that fake kindness drops and the real monster comes out, those red lines above his eyes seem to rise up, extending higher and making his whole face look sharper and more menacing. Number 4. Towards the end, when the losers are all going at Pennywise, Bill steps up with a bolt pistol. He pulls the trigger and Pennywise actually gets wounded, even though we know the gun isn't loaded. It's completely empty, but it still ends up hurting him. And the reason it works is because Bill believes it will. In his mind, that gun is dangerous, and that belief gives it power over it. This ties perfectly into the idea from the book and the Ritual of Chud, where so much of the fight against it is about belief versus fear. If the kids truly believe something can hurt Pennywise, then in this universe, it actually can. Number 5. When Stanley is studying alone in the synagogue, his dad, aka the rabbi, actually appears out of nowhere. Now from a practical filmmaking point of view, yes, the actor is being hidden behind that vase so he can pop in on cue, but if you know how movies are made, you know directors rarely do this kind of thing by accident. So I don't think this is just a cute staging trick. To me, this feels like director Andy Machete's way of telling us that this might not actually be Stanley's real father, but Pennywise taking his form, appearing the same way he always does, unnaturally and out of nowhere. Number 6. In the same scene, Stanley gets taunted by his father for not taking his Torah study seriously. This is demonstrated by the fact that he's holding the Torah upside down. Number 7. When Pennywise hijacks Bill's family photos in the slide projector, we see Bill's mom on the slide, but her face is completely covered by her hair because of the wind. Then as the projector keeps clicking through, the images start to shift. Then Pennywise slowly reveals himself in the body of Bill's mom. But if you go frame by frame, there's exactly one single frame where you can clearly see Bill's mom without her face being covered. Just one. It's as if Andy Machete literally put in one clean shot of her only for the kind of crazy people who would watch this film at 0.2 filmic speed. So yeah, this one frame is what she really looks like in this photo. Number 8. When Eddie comes face to face with Pennywise, notice the edges of the frame. The image around Pennywise starts to warp and bend, almost like the whole world is rippling around him. It gives the scene this weird pseudo-psychedelic vibe. The movie uses the same distortion effect a couple of times to quietly suggest that it is messing with reality itself. Number 9. Georgie didn't know that people call boats she. Bill teaches him that. But towards the end, when Bill comes face to face with Georgie for closure, listen to the way Georgie talks. He goes back to calling the boat it, not she. This made Bill realize that this isn't his Georgie, this is Pennywise pretending to be him. Number 10. When Ben brings the whole gang over to his place to show off his research on Derry's messed up history, notice Ben is way too eager to rush inside first. If you think about it, none of them were actually going to storm into his house ahead of him anyway. So Ben's urgency here feels a bit odd. Until the moment he gets to his room, he quickly starts hiding all the embarrassing stuff lying around. That's when he realized why he was in such a hurry in the first place. Also, if you notice, Eddie actually trips over Richie's bike and falls. I've never noticed this until the slow motion rewatch. Number 11. The events of this movie take place between October 1988 until September 1989, and the film constantly reminds us about which month we're in. And notice the cinema marquee in the background keeps changing depending on the month we're in. For June and July, we can see Batman and Lethal Weapon 2 playing in theaters. Then by August, it switches to A Nightmare on Elm Street. All of these movies are either owned by Warner Brothers or New Line Cinema, the same studios behind it. Number 12. This movie went on to make a massive $700 million at the box office on a budget of just $35 million. And that's why, if you notice, they kept using the same vintage car in the background across multiple scenes, because they were too tight on the budget. And if you're wondering, this car is a 79 Ford Thunderbird. Number 13. When Pennywise takes the form of Beverly's dad to scare her, notice these faint scars running from the corners of his mouth all the way up toward his eyes. So even though on the surface he looks like Bev's dad, but his face still has the Pennywise scars. Number 14. In the library, when Ben is digging through the history of Derry, there's this old lady who keeps staring at Ben the entire time, with this unsettling smile on her face, implying she is it in disguise. Pennywise actually keeps appearing like this in the background. More about it in a minute. Number 15. When Richie gets trapped inside the clown room, there's a mannequin dressed exactly like the 1990 miniseries Pennywise, the one played by Tim Curry. Number 16. When the woman on the telly manipulates Henry to kill his own father, notice she's surrounded by the missing kids of Derry. Also, almost every adult we see in this movie is watching this exact same show. The host, who is clearly under Pennywise's influence, is basically brainwashing the entire town. She keeps repeating lines about playing and having fun by going near the sewers. So Pennywise isn't just hiding in drains and basements, he's trying to influence the adults all over Derry as well. He's using TV, kids show, and pretty much any medium he can get his hands on to push parents into letting their children roam around freely right into his hunting ground. Number 17. In the alleyway where the losers patch Ben up after he was attacked by Henry, notice Pennywise's face can be seen peering out from behind the wheel of the car in the mural. Interestingly, his face is not there when the losers first arrive in this alley. So that means Pennywise imprinted himself onto that mural after they arrived, so he could silently watch them from the background. Number 18. In the library, while reading the history of Derry, Ben learns about the explosion at Derry Ironworks, which resulted in 102 casualties. It was supposed to be a fun Easter egg hunt for children, but the explosion killed them all. But notice one of the photos Ben looks at is actually a real historic photograph from Civil War, showing dead soldiers at Gettysburg. For the movie though, they took that real photo and photoshopped this Easter egg scattered around the corpses. And you'll also notice Pennywise is hidden multiple times in different parts of the book, implying he was the one behind the explosion. Number 19. In this same book, we can see this caravan card that says Pennywise the Dancing Clown, with the image of a clown face, but not exactly Pennywise. Now later in the film, when Beverly wakes up in the sewers, we see this exact same card down there. So if anything, this could be a hint that maybe Pennywise saw this caravan during the celebrations and decided, yeah, that's the form I'm gonna use. So this clown identity is something he adopted because he liked how effective and familiar it looked to children. Number 27. The number 27 is often associated with this story. This film was released 27 years after the original 1990 miniseries. In the book, it's mentioned that it returns to Derry approximately every 27 years. Now, if you look at the official US release date, it's September 8, 2017. And if you add those digits, you'll get 27. And the second film was released on September 6, 2019. And that also makes 27. And I'm releasing this video on November 27th. Talk about obsession, eh? And that's it. This would be my breakdown of It Chapter 1 at 0.2 Febix speed. I really wanted to do something different before I jump into Avengers Doomsday, as the trailer for that film is coming up in a few weeks. Let me know if you enjoyed this video and learned a few details that you didn't know before. Also, comment below if you think I should watch more horror movies at 0.2 Febix speed. Till then, I'll see you lads in the next one.